We shall now go on to a last speaker. I'm sorry you became the last speaker. Dr. Ajay, that phone call disturbed me. Who's a director of Kesubai MEHTA Eye Hospital, Rajkot, a very dynamic, very versatile surgeon from his area, and he's going to give us a different case. On to you, Dr. Ajay.
Yes, madam. First of all, thank you very much for the kind introduction. And Madam Chairman, I wish you and the entire AOS a very happy New Year, as in this part of India, we are celebrating Diwali and the New Year. So this case was a routine important patient posted for cataract surgery. So I marked the cornea for cataracts, and because this patient wanted the best lens, we choose a preloaded lens. And so we made capsulorhexis, and a phacoemulsification was carried out as we do routinely in this medium hard cataracts. And so far everything was uneventful, and I was happy that the patient has paid a lot, and I'm going to give him back a lot. And now I started injecting a preloaded IOL. And then a lot of froth came out from the IOL injection. And then what I noticed at the end, and to my surprise, the trailing loop was not there. And this shocked me a lot, but then I was ready for this event. So I introduced micrograspers on one side. And then I bought a special, I had already acquired a special IOL cutting scissors, which is very sharp, and I could split the lens into two parts. And now I removed the IOL without enlarging the same, without enlarging the wound at all. And now I was wondering what to do. So we had a replacement lens available. And so I asked my staff to open a new preloaded lens. And then I did injection of the lens. And surprise, here the leading loop was missing. And so what I did again was cut the lens in two, as now I was an experienced surgeon in cutting lenses. And with this, I could now easily remove it to the same size incision. And of course, all the while I was protecting the endothelium. The second loop, the second piece, I could support and take it out with the help of a good dispersive viscoelastic. So now I thought that instead of a preloaded injection of IOL, let me load a lens myself under a good supervision and a good microscope, and taking all the necessary steps into consideration and putting the loops over one another. And then with all the confidence and intact, IOL was delivered the bag. And ultimately, the patient could achieve very good vision even the next post-operative day. And this is how the surgery ended. And hence, it's necessary to keep in mind all this for a good cataract surgeon. Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ajay. I think it was a particular brand of lens. Was it a hydrophilic IOL which we were using?
No, madam. So actually, this lens was from Zai, a preloaded lens. This was known as 611PY.
City Lucia.
So, yes, City Lucia. So ultimately, I sent them the videos into Germany also, and I lodged a complaint with them. So at that time, they denied that this has happened for the first time, but slowly in another 2 months, a lot of other surgeons complained. And now it's nice to hear that they've withdrawn the lens from India and now introduced a new system which is known as 621PY. That entire system have taken back.
Yeah, it's just a one-odd situation, but I suppose these becomes more challenging when you're doing a premium IOL of a different high IOL power, and you don't have a battery of lenses with you. And those are the moments when it becomes difficult as to how you can deal with the moment. But of course, this was a preloaded lens, but invariably, if a trailing haptic gets cut in a normal situation, it is something about not adequately loading it properly, the trailing haptic, which is when it would get cut. But this was a different scenario altogether. Any opinion before from the Dr. Arun or Dr. Anagha before we?
Sometimes if the viscoelastic put is also less, but anyways, it was a,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, true.
Very unfortunate
So,
and one-off situation.
Actually, the preloaded system was made so that these complications don't happen.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
But
viscoelastic,
unfortunately,
yeah, unfortunately.
I know, unfortunately.
it has happened, yeah. And so that's why I think the best thing to do is put the lens in the direct vision, and that will probably solve all the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is the only lens which is sort of heparin surface modified. So it has special indication. I use it a lot, especially in all uveitis cases or where there's a lot of inflammation, post-inflammation. There's no other lens in the world which is heparin surface modified.
Yeah.
So still I use them, but it never happened to me. Touch wood.
No, but now they have the new system, right?
Yes.
No, even before I'm using for last 10 years.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Dr. Sanjay, you have any comments to add before we conclude for the day? Oh, he's not there.
He is not there, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
So I think I would like to conclude this webinar, and it has been a truly interesting webinar with a variety of cases. And I think I really owe a lot of thanks to our very great set of speakers in this particular webinar. And I think all of us agree in unison that our expert panel also took on all the different questions which were thrown to him, so that different concepts about each of these topics are brought out very well for our attendees. And of course, always thanks to Anagha for the brilliant support and involvement which she shows through all these webinars. I think I should also take this moment to thank Mr. Kripal and the AIRS admin for the varied ways which they support us. And a very special thanks is due to also all my ARC team members who are always there behind me and are very supportive, and I think that has to be remembered all the time. And thanks are due to Sai and Manjula from Numerotech for all those emails which keeps reading your inboxes. Thanks are very much due to Mr. Sunil. As you all know, as an webinar admin, how he helps in immediately within seconds coming out with the different videos and keeps you all informed, giving the link at the right time. Thank you so much, Mr. Sunil. And before I conclude, we should have seen this entered video right at the beginning. Every single webinar of us have been sponsored by Entoad, and we owed a lot to them. And let's see this video. And thank you, dear delegates, for coming and joining us in big numbers and taking us forward in our very overzealous enthusiasm to give more and more learning to all of you. Let's watch the Entoad video. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr.
Thanks to you,
Sanjay.
ma'am, for arranging such lovely webinars for all of us
No, no.
each and every time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Sanjay. Thank you, Dr. Arun. And I think thanks a lot
Thank
to
you.
Thank
Shalini
you, Dr.
Mohan
Sanjay,
and
sir,
Virendra
Dr.
Bhasin.
Arun Jain, sir.
Right, thank you, everybody. It was a lovely webinar. We enjoyed
Yes. Yes.
every presentation.
Thank you, madam.
Thank you.
Thank you.